So, he says the bird is free. Is it really though? Hey world, so I have something to tell you. I am leaving Twitter. No, this is not some melodramatic statement. I am actually leaving Twitter in 30 days from the posting of this video. So why am I leaving Twitter? Well, ever since Elon Musk took over Twitter, it has become a complete cesspool of toxicity, misinformation, and so many other problematic issues. So the first thing I notice on day one of Emperor Elon's reign is that I am recommended to follow the chief twit himself. So I think to myself, okay, let's give him a chance, let's see what he does. So the next thing I notice is the vast majority of recommended tweets that I get on that day are from users that I don't have even the slightest remote interest in, mostly far-right users, anti-progressive edgelords who are just out to get a rise out of leftists. So a few days later, Elon announces that he wants to charge users $8 a month for the verification check mark, which pretty much renders the verification checkmark as completely and utterly useless and completely misses the entire point of users having this checkmark in the first place. Which results in a lot of celebrities and other verified accounts making a comedic point by changing their name to Elon Musk and changing their profile picture to match Elon Musk and saying the most outrageous thing to make the point that if anyone can be verified, then anyone can really be anyone if they want to be. And of course, Mr. Comedy is now legal on Twitter, his words. He suspends users doing this, including comedian Kathy Griffin. And yes, I know it has always been against Twitter's rules not to impersonate others. However, in this particular circumstance, it was necessary to bend the rules to illustrate the absurdity of the claims of many Elon fanboys that, and I quote, lying is still part of freedom of speech. It's so interesting when the shoe is on the other foot. All of these champions for freedom of speech seem to have no problem with censorship. So of course, due to Elon's unprofessional attitude, a large amount of hate speech is pretty much all over the platform from day one. The N-word, the usage of the N-word increased by 500%. 500%, that is insane. But as a consequence to that, a large amount of advertisers decide to pull out of Twitter. And what does Musk do? Does he take accountability for this? No, he blames activists. It's all the activists' fault, apparently. No accountability, no self-reflection on maybe this might have something to do with how he's running the platform. No, it's all the activists' fault. It's all our fault. Advertising is an open, free market, and whether you like it or like it not, advertisers are not obliged to advertise with Twitter. We've had a very similar problem here on YouTube. The only difference with the Twitter situation is that instead of the content creators suffering, it is the corporation itself that is suffering. So my suggestion to Elon Musk is to suck it up and accept some responsibility and take some accountability. On top of that, Musk lays off a very large and very sizable amount of employees, including the misinformation team and moderation team. So a lot of people are out of work, there is a lack of fact-checking, and hate speech is run amok on Twitter. Great job, Elon. Oh, and being the chief twat, not only is he spreading dangerous misinformation about Nancy Pelosi's husband, he is also being incredibly biased by recommending that Americans vote Republican, despite the fact that he himself claimed that social media platforms ought to remain neutral if they are to be trusted. So, what happened with that? And why exactly should I trust you? So briefly going back to the matter of $8 a month for a verification checkmark, well, that's only how it starts. There have been reports that there is reason to believe that this will be expanding to not just $8 a month for a verification checkmark, but also to not only post a tweet, but also to view tweets. In short, eventually you will require a Twitter Blue subscription in order to gain access to most of Twitter's functions. So Elon, as they say in the Star Trek universe, you are dismissed. And that bird, by the way, has not been set free. That bird has been strangled, and you're killing it. I will be closing my Twitter account in 30 days. I'm giving 30 days as a mark of respect to my followers, for those who do follow me, so they are aware that I am actually leaving Twitter in 30 days. And they can still follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. I may consider Mastodon sometime in the future. I know a lot of people are talking about the Mastodon platform. I have tried to access one of the servers. I am having some difficulty doing that. So for now, I'll be putting a lot more focus into Tumblr instead. Tumblr has come a long way since it was acquired by WordPress some years ago. And in my opinion, it is a much better platform. You can edit your own posts after they have been submitted, unlike Twitter. They are full blog posts, so you're not limited to 240 characters. They have a much better tagging system. You can still comment, you can share, and you can reblog, which is their version of retweet. My advice is that if you want to follow me on Tumblr, you should also follow a lot of other users too, who post a lot of content that is of interest to you. So fill up that dashboard with interesting content from many different users, not just 2 or 3. Really fill up that dashboard so you have a nice, full, rich, diverse selection of content to respond to, react to, reblog, or whatever you want. Also, do make use of the Ask Me Anything feature that a lot of users take advantage of. It is on my own profile. I do respond to Ask Me Anythings, providing you're not being, a dick. But I do encourage it. It creates great content for content creators, and it really expands on great conversations. So I do recommend it, very much so. So please follow me on Tumblr. I go by NerdyKeith on Tumblr, which is the online handle name I use for most of my presence on the internet, with the exception of this channel. So follow NerdyKeith on Tumblr. I post there every day. I try to aim for at least 5 posts a day if I can. I do work full time, so it's not always possible to post 5 times a day, but I mostly do. Follow me on Tumblr. And until next time, everyone, don't forget that progressiveness is not just about my rights, it's about all of our rights. Thanks.